Hello students, in the last video lecture we have completed one topic of chapter number 1 in SS. Chapter 1, subject SS. Chapter name is Rise of British Rule in India. In last video lecture, we have completed one topic, discovery of sea route to India. Today we are going to start new topic, arrival of Europeans to India. Arrivals of Europeans in India. In the last video lecture, we have understand that how Europeans were forced to find out another sea route in order to reach India. Once they had discovered new sea route to India, after that, the Portuguese were the first who reached India. Portuguese were the first to arrive India. Portuguese were the first to arrive India. They arrived India and established trade relation with India. Then, motivated by this Portuguese, then second one is means within a span of 100 years, means during 100 years, they had established a vast trade with India. Different trade centers they had established and took a control of several territories. Various territories of means various parts of India were under the control of Portuguese, like Diu, Daman, Goa, Cochin, etc. These areas, these regions were totally under the control of Portuguese within a span of 100 years. Within a span of 100 years. When they were successfully expanded their business, successfully established their different trade centers in different regions like Diu, Daman, Goa, Cochin, etc. After that, motivated by these Portuguese, then Dutch, means people of Holland are known as Dutch. And second one is Danish, people of Denmark. So various traders, various business units were tried to establish their business. Various traders means traders from Dutch or people from Dutch means from Holland. Danish people means people from Denmark. They had also motivated by Portuguese traders and tried to establish their different trade centers in India. So who were the first to arrive India? Portuguese. First of all, Portuguese. After that, Dutch people. Portuguese means people of Portugal. Then Dutch, people of Holland. And then Danish, means people of citizen of Denmark. So first of all, Portuguese arrived India and established their different trade centers in different areas like Diu, once again, Diu, Daman, Cochin, Goa, and they had established these different trade centers, means very successfully they had expanded their business within a span of 100 years. Total 100 years they have taken in order to make full control over different regions, different areas of India. Motivated by Portuguese, Dutch and Danish also arrived India in order to establish their trade center. And after that, British East India Company, British East India Company, why we are saying that British East India Company? Because there are two East India Company. One was established by Britishers, means by England, and another is established by France. French East India Company. Two East India companies are there: British East India Company and French East India Company. After these three, British East India Company had tried to establish their trade center in India. Trade center in India. But that time Portuguese have dominant, means they were very powerful. Portuguese were very powerful. They became very powerful during that time. That's why they opposed British East India Company to establish their trade center in India. But with the permission of Mughal Emperor. During that time, Mughal Emperor was Jahangir. Mughal Emperor Jahangir. Jahangir had given permission to British East India Company to establish their business, and as a result, with the permission of Jahangir, first trade center they had established, means East India Company had established in Kothi, Surat. Kothi, Surat, means in Gujarat. And during that time, Queen Elizabeth had also given permission to East India Company to carry out their business, and for this purpose, a ship was sent by her under the leadership of I am writing here, Captain William Hawkins. He was the captain of the ship. So under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins, first ship was sent by Queen Elizabeth in India for expanding the business or for carrying out the business. So this is the short story, how different individuals, different persons from different countries, from different European countries have established their trade centers. First of all, Portuguese, means people of Portugal are known as Portuguese. They had established, first of all, they arrived in India. After discovery of sea route to India, they had established different trade centers in different areas like Diu, Daman, Cochin, Goa, etc. Then, influenced by Portuguese or motivated by Portuguese, Dutch and Danish, means traders from Holland and traders from Denmark, also arrived in India in order to establish their business, in order to carry out their business. And then after that, British East India Company has also tried to establish their trade center in India. For this purpose, Queen Elizabeth, during that time, Queen Elizabeth had given permission to East India Company to expand their business, to carry out their business, and for this purpose, ship was sent by her under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins. The first ship sent by Britishers, by Queen Elizabeth, under the leadership of Captain William Hawkins, in order to carry out business from India with different eastern countries. But during that time, Portuguese were very powerful, very dominant. So they opposed East India Company to establish their business in India. But with the permission of Mughal Emperor Jahangir, East India Company was succeeded to establish their business, and first trade center was in Kothi, Surat. This is the short story about that. After that, next topic, in the same arrivals of European in India, after British East India Company, before when British East India Company has established their first trade center in Surat, then during that time Marathas were very powerful in those regions. In those regions means Surat, Goa, Diu, Daman. Marathas were very powerful. So Marathas created problems for East India Company, and East India Company has realized the danger which were arised by Marathas. That's why they had shifted their trade centers from Surat to south and east of India, eastern part of India. Now, once again, when British East India Company arrived India in order to establish trade centers, that time, first of all, Portuguese were very powerful. They opposed East India Company in order to establish their trade center. But with the permission of Mughal Emperor Jahangir, East India Company was succeeded in establishing their trade center in Surat. But that time, in Surat and regions surrounding Surat, Marathas were very powerful, and they start creating problem for East India Company. And East India Company had also realized all those dangers which were created by Marathas, and this danger forced East India Company to shift their trade center from Surat to southern part of India and eastern part of India. And as a result, they had established their trade centers in Machilipatnam first, Machilipatnam, which is the city is in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh. Then second, they established trade center in St. George in Chennai. And third one is William Fort. William Fort, Kolkata. So they had established their different trade centers in southern part of India and trade center in eastern part of India. In Machilipatnam, they had established their trade center, then St. George, then William Fort. Machilipatnam was in Andhra Pradesh, St. George was in Chennai, and William Fort in Kolkata. And their headquarter, the headquarter of East India, British East India Company, was in Mumbai. Is for MCQ question. Where was the headquarter of East India Company in India? Mumbai. Mumbai was the headquarter. So Mumbai became headquarter of British East India Company. Now this is all about British East India Company. After that, and they had established their headquarters in Mumbai in the year 1667 AD. 1667 AD. Now this is the story all about British East India Company. After British East India Company, once they had succeeded in establishing their trade centers in different states means southern part or in eastern part. After that, in 1668 AD, French East India Company, French East India Company also arrived in India. French East India Company also arrived in the year 1668 and set up their trade centers they had also set up their trade center in different cities. For example, in Mahe, that is in south, Mahe. Second, Karaikal means Karnataka. Karaikal. These are the different name of cities or regions where French East India Company has established their trade center. Then Pondicherry. And Chandranagar, Andhra Pradesh. Chandranagar, Andhra Pradesh. They had established this, and Machilipatnam also. Machilipatnam is in Andhra Pradesh also. So they had established their trade centers in these different regions. Now, we all know Portuguese were there in India, then Dutch, then Danish, then British East India Company, and then French East India Company. And both British East India Company and French East India Company were continuously, constantly try to increase or expand their business in India. They were trying to expand their, means they tried to become more powerful that time, expand their business continuously. And as a result, what happens? Conflicts arises between these two East India Company, British East India Company and French East India Company. When conflicts arises, these conflicts turn into war between these two East India Company. And as a result, total 3 wars took place between British East India Company, and French East India Company. And these war, popularly known as Mysore War. And this war took place between the year 1746 to 1763. A total 3 wars took place, and here I am writing 3 wars. Took place between British East India Company and French East India Company between the year 1746 and 1763. And these wars were popularly known as Mysore War. And in this war, French East India Company has lost. Means they have lost the war. And as a result, what happens? British East India Company became more dominant, more powerful in India. And as a result, all Portuguese, then Dutch, then Danish, and finally French East India Company had to leave India forever. And in this way, after leaving trade centers, after leaving business by Dutch, Danish, Portuguese, French East India Company, only and only British East India Company was there. They prevailed that time. They became more powerful. They became more dominant. Means they were able to expand their business all over India. This is the story of arrival of Europeans in India. This is the second topic. How Europeans arrived in India, how they became powerful, and then how war took place between all these different countries, traders of different countries, and how finally, ultimately, how British East India Company became more powerful, and then how they were able to expand their power or business in the whole part of India. And this is the whole story about the arrivals of Europeans in India. So first of all, Portuguese arrived. After that, Dutch, means peoples or traders from Holland arrived there. After that, Danish, means people or traders from Denmark arrived. Then finally, British East India Company has arrived in the year, I think 1768. Sorry, 1613. And first time, with the permission of Mughal Emperor, Portuguese were opposing East India Company, British East India Company, to establish their trade center. But with the permission of Mughal Emperor Jahangir, first trade center established by British East India Company in Surat. But during that time, Marathas were very strong. So they also opposed East India Company and created different types of dangers for East India Company. East India Company had realized the dangers arised by Marathas. That's why they decided to shift themselves from Surat to southern and eastern part of India. And as a result, they established different trade centers in different cities. Like examples are given in your textbook: Machilipatnam, then next St. George, William Fort. Machilipatnam is in Andhra Pradesh. then St. George is in Chennai, and William Fort is in Kolkata, and make Mumbai as a headquarter of East India, British East India Company in the year 1667. After that, French East India Company has arrived, and then they also tried to expand their business in India. As a result, means both means British East India Company and French East India Company were continuously involved in expanding their business in India. As a result, conflicts arises between these two East India Company, and as a result, this or as a consequence, we can say that 3 wars took place between these two companies, and these 3 wars were popularly known as Mysore War, and these war took place between 1746 to 1763, and in all these war, British East India Company had defeated French East India Company. Now, once the powerful French East India Company had defeated, as a result, British East India Company compel to leave Portuguese, Dutch, Danish, and French East India Company from India. Means they became more powerful, they became more dominant, and due to their dominance, Portuguese traders, Dutch traders, Danish traders, and French East India Company had leave India forever, and after that, British East India Company was continuously expanding their trade centers in different parts of India. In this way, British East India Company became more powerful in India at that time. All types of decisions were taken by British East India Company, and in this way, we have done arrivals of Europeans in India. Next topic we will do in next video lecture, Battle of Buxar and then Battle of Plassey, and how British East India Company through Battle of Buxar and through Battle of Plassey expand their powers, increase their powers. We will try to understand those topics in next video lecture. Till then, goodbye.